Kilkenny face into the second qualifying match with Michael Fennelly once again able to take his place at centre field alongside the captain Paddy Deegan. TJ Reid continues to be the main scorer-in-chief, but there are three late changes in this game. Starts tonight for Rob Lennon, Kevin Kelly and John Joe Farrell. Atoning for last year is one thing, but all Waterford really want to do is reach the quarter-finals, in the process eliminating one of their key rivals. Once again, Austin Gleeson wears number 6 but will likely play at half-forward, while Jake Dillon has been picked to start this time in place of Maurice Shanahan. James Owens from Wexford's in charge, and there's a beautifully sunny evening here for all concerned. Once again, they build steadily, Waterford. That is a really good effort from way out the field, and it's Kevin Moran playing against Kilkenny for the 8th time in the championship. Down into the corner. Jake Dillon gathers it in. Has it got the legs? It has. Very good shot by Jake Dillon in his 20th championship match. First of the night for him, 2 in a row from play for the Dacia, and they've got a lead of 5 points. Well, Kilkenny need badly to get a couple of scores in this match. Michael Fennelly eventually coming to life here into his brother Colin, ready to run at that Waterford defence, and there are a lot of bodies back there. Inside towards John Joe Farrell. Kevin Kelly now, down he goes. Is that a penalty? It's a penalty, and it was Richie Hogan who was taken down, I think. And Richie Hogan fouled there by Dara Fives, the number 15, and indeed Philip Mahoney colliding with the corner forward. It's TJ Reid who's got 13 goals in the championship up to now against Stephen O'Keefe. Great chance, great goal! An important penalty goal for TJ Reid. Beautiful strike, goalkeeper given no chance whatsoever. And now this game might begin to turn around. 2 between them. Back down once again it comes towards Austin Gleeson, ready to take off past Rob Lennon, who throws a hurley at him and could be in trouble afterwards, but right now his team's in trouble because Austin Gleeson has got a second point from open play. Well, this was where the Kilkenny man was firing the hurley, and he's already on a yellow card, and that wasn't the cleverest thing to do. Got away with it that time. Tig de Borca dropping it in here towards Shane Bennett. Bennett has a support player, an opportunity to bury it, and Michael Brick Walsh has done exactly that. Right on the call of half-time. Only the second time he's ever scored a goal in the championship. But is this the night that Waterford will get the measure of Kilkenny? Jamie Barron loses it there, and it's TJ Reid once again taking that ball back. Killian Buckley, who excelled in the first half, along with Joe Ling really in that half-back line of Kilkenny. Nicely forward and nicely over the bar as well, and that's a good start to the second half by the substitute Lester Ryan. The manager Derek McGrath of Waterford knows that his side are in for a very, very torrid second half. The Cats will not lie down in a hurry. Here's further proof, and that one has come off the goalkeeper's stick. It was Conor Fogarty that time. Keeper did really well, got down smartly. Gleeson the second time, scored the last point. He's got 3, he's got 4. Kilkenny are really having it put up to them tonight by a magnificent performance by Waterford. That's left behind by Pádraig Walsh, and here's an opportunity, but another goal it is! Shane Bennett, a rocket of a shot, and surely there is no way back for Kilkenny at this stage with just over a quarter of an hour to play. Dropped in. Is there a goal there for Kilkenny? They need one. Breaks back down again. Bolger trying to make his way in. Colin Fennelly, head down. Colin Fennelly trying to beat the goalkeeper. Swept in the end. TJ Reid, I think. It's a 3-point game. Well, they worked so hard to get this in here. Colin Fennelly somehow carried it in onto the goalkeeper and finally tapped over the line by TJ Reid. It's 2:15 to 2:12. All bodies reaching up for it. Collecting it is Walter Welch. Suddenly there's a feeling that they might just somehow produce a victory here. They were 7 points down not too long ago. Jerry Aylward coming across, picking it up, dropping it in over his shoulder, dropping it over the bar again, and it's a 2-point game. This is amazing. Wouldn't have given them a prayer about 10 minutes ago, but now suddenly 2:15 to 2:13. Touchdown Pádraig Walsh, down as far as Lester Ryan. Ryan tries to take off once again, hammers it in there, into the inside forward line. Michael Fennelly's got in full forward. Can Michael Fennelly give it to his brother, and can this be the equaliser? They're level at Semple Stadium, and Colin Fennelly has probably sent this match into extra time. O'Halloran's just in. It's a free in. A free into Waterford. Shake of the head. Remember last year. Remember when Pádraig Mahoney had the last minute free to try and win the game. It's going to be Maurice Shanahan who's got to come up and try and take it and try and win the game, but he's put it wide. It's extra time surely, and the full-time whistle has been sounded at the end of 70 plus minutes. So into extra time. It's a new game, and it was interesting watching Waterford go off. They look deflated, but they're back out on the field again, and straight away it's Jamie Barron looking to try and get the vital first score of extra time. Well, they couldn't do it at the end of normal time, but they've done it here, and Waterford are back in front again by 2:16 to 2:15. Brilliant play by Jamie Barron, flawless finish. Waterford not committing too many players forward at the very early stages. 2 10-minute periods of extra time, of course. And that is an equaliser. Superbly done by Lester Ryan, his third. And it's Waterford who are just shading it. In the middle of it there was Shane Fives trying to make some headway, aided and abetted by Kevin Moran, driven downfield by Austin Gleeson. And once again, it's Jamie Barron. It's opening up for him. It's really a good chance. It's a great chance, and he scored. A goal for Jamie Barron, his first ever championship goal, coming towards the end of the first period of extra time. It's 3:19 to 2:18. Back downfield again it comes. Paul Murphy was rising up for that one. Pádraig Walsh was in difficulty. Here's a chance for Shanahan! Maurice Shanahan has got a fourth Waterford goal. This surely is Derek McGrath on Waterford's night. 2 minutes into the second period of extra time, Maurice Shanahan gets another crucial goal. It's got the passion of an All-Ireland final. They're going for more. Everything they're hitting is working at this stage. Tommy Ryan has got a second. What a victory this is for Waterford. What a night for them. Waterford have beaten the Cats for only the second time ever in the history of the championship. The last time was some 58 years ago. Heartbreak for Kilkenny, and it finishes here in Semple Stadium after a terrific match. Waterford 4:23, Kilkenny 2:22.
One team wins every match is played, one team wins the All-Ireland every year, and whatever it is, and we're not going to be that team this year. But once again, I mean, regardless, I mean, we were given no chance, I suppose, by anybody to do anything this year. We went down fighting in a big way tonight, and I think that we showed tremendous character in doing that.
Very, very proud of the way that the players took control of the dressing room when we went back in. It was, noticeable that there was kind of an uplift in everybody's body language. Management agreed to kind of uplift their body language, and, I think we took it from there,
And just having a look at some of the stats from what was an amazing night in Thurles, a game that went to extra time, including injury time. We had over 100 minutes of hurling there, so huge credit to the fitness of both teams on an historic night for hurling in Waterford. Anthony, you were there. The atmosphere must be fantastic.
Absolutely incredible. It mightn't have been the most beautiful game for the purists, but I love those battles, you know. And Waterford thought they had it won. Actually, people left after the Bennett goal, you know, they wouldn't give in, of course. And there was a Waterford lad beside me, and I thought he died and came back to life, died and came back to life again. I swear to God. But you know, delighted for Derek, I have to say. Like, you know, would have been a tough enough, you know, loss to Cork, but they're really back on track now after that. And like it looked like all the momentum was gone towards Kilkenny, but to rally and come out and win it like that since '59 is an incredible victory for them.
It is. Anne-Marie, what impressed you about Waterford?
I think the leaders they had all over the field, Tadhg de Burka, Austin Gleeson, Jamie Barron, Kevin Moore and Brick Walsh, they were fantastic. They really stood up when Waterford needed them. And, you know, they were constantly throwing themselves into tackles, they ran themselves into the ground. And, you know, I just thought that they showed a small bit more maybe composure than last year. You know, they're in extra time. They really got it together. And I just thought the leaders throughout the match for Waterford were absolutely immense.
It's interesting because Michael, Anne-Marie mentioned some of the older lads in that group who clearly, you know, have been there and suffered the bad days. Austin Gleeson is at the other end of the spectrum. You were hugely impressed by him.
I was, you know, against Cork he was taken off. Now, I think that was a mistake, but maybe it was Derek trying to send out a message, you know, that everybody has to be treated equally. But some of the scores he got, like, is there anybody else in the game could score that from say? He just stopped and poked it over. Now, I know some days they don't go over for him, but the thing about the game was, when Gleeson plays like that, where was he playing, who was he marking? Here's Rob Lennon chasing him. He just trusts his pace and just goes around him here and over the bar. Himself, Tadhg de Burka and Jamie Barron had 72 possessions between them. Now, sometimes possessions don't mean anything. See Brick Walsh here, look at using all his experience. The Warrior, I had said during the week he wasn't playing great hurling. He was outstanding again yesterday. But the three lads had 72 possessions. Here's a nutmeg that you wouldn't see in Ryder Rovers. And so, for some very younger viewers, that was TJ Reid. He just sold him a dummy. But just saying, those three lads were so influential on the game. It's what they did with the ball when they got it. And Gleeson 5 points from play. One was better than the other. And that drives on the team and drives on the crowd. And, you know, young hurler of the year, player of the year last year, and back to his best. They constantly
gave the ball to the player in the better position, though. You know, they never took a pot. Well, they did take a few pot shots, but like they were always looking up to find the player that was in the better position. That's
the maturity you're talking. All over Ireland, I'm just thinking we have kids asking who's Roy the Rovers. Getting back to that point about Kilkenny and the comeback. There was only 6 minutes left and they were dead and buried, or so we thought. We all thought.
Incredible. I think it was 8 points there with 10 to go, but by God. You know, and I just thought tactically Brian didn't shove up early enough, you know. They needed to shove up, and eventually they did shove up, and they got bodies up there, both Finleys under this one, you know, and they needed a goal. They knew they needed a goal. Chris Bulger gets a hurley flick into Colin Finley. He wasn't taking no for an answer, and he didn't. We thought maybe watching it from the stand, but did he overcarry? But he didn't. He got through and flicked, and TJ flicked it to the net. And, you know, you see here, like, the support play starting to come at this stage, and Waterford beginning to panic as well. Jerry Aylward out to the ball, what a score over his shoulder. I mean, not in the greatest form coming back from the injury, but really took it on.
Yeah, Dylan, here's Richie Lahey, scored 6 points the other night. I thought he might have been in earlier, but like that's a brilliant score. There were 6 points down with 5 minutes to go, looked dead and buried. And here's Michael Fennelly, you know, had a very tough game after being out for so long last week, wasn't as influential, but touches it off there straight away, instinctively to his brother Colin over the bar. And you know, just that warrior spirit of Kilkenny that they're never beaten. Was immense now, and it really added to the occasion. I never thought they were beaten watching it. I said they're going to get a goal, they're going to get back into this, they'll find a way.
A good few left hurlers now, I will say. A good few did leave, but when they got the draw, and you know, the last free was.
Well, that's interesting. Going into extra time, given the way it finished and Morris' free didn't go over, who did you fancy for extra time?
I think the fitness levels maybe of Waterford, I think they had more left in the tank, you know, and Jamie Barron is the guys, you know, they're going to mention, like he really, you know, stepped up to the plate. And the subs that they brought on for Waterford too, they were excellent, really, really good.
Yeah, Jamie Barron was the man for you, was he, in extra time?
Well, look, it must have been a tough dressing room to be in. They missed the free and, you know, had given away the lead. But this guy, you know, I think I tweeted last night that the Duracell bunny took over Thurles, and look at this, like that, he went away from Conor Fogarty, jinked inside Paul Murphy. That started the extra time. That set the tone, and look at him going back out, you know, flying back out. Where can I go next? And we see here, like, you know, Rob Lennon is marking Austin Gleeson man to man. That didn't go so great. Maybe he doesn't know whether to go to him or not, and that in that split second it's lost, and he's gone. He's absolutely gone. And Brian O'Halloran, who made a huge impact, legs off the bench, you know, great score. But I mean, the next bit is just sensational. There's at this stage of the game, after doing what he's after doing, you know, Killian Buckley just could do nothing with him. Legs gone, you know, and Joe Ling is last man back, and he doesn't know whether to come and bury him. We thought maybe in the days of Noel Hickey now he could be out over the stand, but he dummied the hand pass. Hurley turned the wrong way, upside down and low into the net, and that
we know could have.
It'd be no could have. That's right. But Joe, in fairness to Joe, I'd say he thought, you know, I'll try and tease him into the hand pass, and maybe Owen Murphy'd come off his line. But of course the dummy, and he fell for it, lost his feet, and then to goal, and that really was that.
All right, well, it'll be interesting to see where they go next, and no more than Claire. We'll chat about that in a moment. Brian Cody, you mentioned your social media was all over social media because he got involved with the fourth official. What did you make of that, Michael?
Yeah, you see this in every game. There's a bit of aggro on the sideline. Here's a ball out over the line, a dispute. Dan Shanahan straight in looking for it. And Brian Cody obviously saying, these lads are influencing the linesman. I'm going to come down and have my say. So Derek McGrath and him are having it. Fourth official steps in, you know, and you can't really see it there at that time. But there is what I would call very, very minor interference. Now, the rule is that minimum interference with an official is a 12-week suspension. But this is, to me, it's political correctness gone mad. It's all over social media. You just see it there. There's a slight touch there, and he pushes him back. And to me, this is a man that's been involved with Kilkenny since 1972 as a minor. He has the most respect for other teams, for officials, for players, I think, of any manager that's ever been out there. He's been over Kilkenny since '99. He's been in 15 All-Irelands since then, 16 All-Irelands including replays, and you know, I think there's nothing in that.
It's a world gone mad, Des, like, you know, isn't it? Like, from the sport we know and grew up with, like, but look, wonder what, you know, we saw the episode with Dermot there a few weeks ago, and he did put his hands on the fourth official, Justin Heffernan. Whose job now, the fourth officials are becoming way more prominent now to go out and interfere with the managements coming together. So he came out.
But he was trying to prevent rather than interfere, fairness, wasn't he?
Yeah, he came between them, say, look, you can't go any further than this. And Ryan did put his hands on him. Who'll decide after that? I don't know.
There's no aggression. There's no malice in it. His malice is Derek McGrath. He still wants to get to him. It's more like get out of my way sort of thing. So look I don't know. I just think it's crazy if there's a suspension out of that.
All right. Well, next we go to the opening game from Thurles as Dublin travelled to take on the All-Ireland champions in their own backyard. Let's join Adrian Eames.